Farming has been an integral part of this landscape for centuries. But in the days before mobile phones and 4x4 vehicles, shepherding in this isolated part of Northumberland could be a treacherous task. Many would perish in the long, cold winters. Times may have changed, but the hill shepherds remain an important part of the Northumberland countryside.
Just to get a sense of what life's like for the people who live in this area, I'm off to meet a young woman who, a few years back, decided to take on the challenge of running one of the most remote farms in England.
Nestled in a hidden valley close to the Scottish border is Fallalees Farm. To say it's off the beaten track is an understatement. It's a 45-minute drive to the nearest shop. Emma Gray took over the running of Fallalees 4 years ago. Aged just 23 at the time, she was one of Britain's youngest shepherdesses.
Come by, come by. Northumberland's remote enough as it is, but this farm has got to be one of the remotest you can find. Some people think it's wonderful and it's a fantastic way of life and it's a great place to live, and other people think I'm stark raving bonkers.
Having grown up on her parents' farm in Scotland, it was Emma's passion for breeding and training sheepdogs that brought her to Fallalees. After all, Northumberland is the home of the Border Collie. It was in the village of Cambo, just a few miles down the road, that the dog known as the father of the Border Collie was born in 1893.
Almost every single Border Collie in the world can trace its ancestry back to this dog who's called Old Hemp. And actually, people say that Roy looks very, very much like him. So it's fantastic to be farming and working in the area where, you know, it originated.
The Border Collie is considered to be the most intelligent breed of dog, and their formidable ability to control sheep has transformed farming across the world.
Watch. All dogs are descended from wolves originally, and you just have to control that sort of prey behaviour. Come, Roy. Watch. Away, away, away. The sheep can't take their eyes off him. They're scared to turn around in case he bites them, which is from the wolf days.
But living in this beautiful location does have its downsides.
Bye.
With only her 12 dogs and 150 sheep for company, Emma has no mains electricity or gas supply and gets all her power from a wind turbine.
When I first came into the farm, there was a lot of cynics who said that I was silly for going for it and it wouldn't last. I would go bankrupt or I would end up leaving because I couldn't hack it. Lie down. Lie down. But perhaps I've proved them wrong after, you know, nearly 4 years here now. I think I'm very determined, and that's what most people will say about me. I'm determined to make this a success. So that's a nice haircut for her.
This really is remote. Been driving for about 10 minutes, about 4 or 5 miles. Not seen another car or a house. What possesses anyone to live a life on their own out here? I mean, this really is isolated. Emma.
Hi.
How are you? Robson. Nice to
Hi.
meet you. Good to see you.
And you?
So I take it you're not a city person?
No, I think I'll always live in the country.
The first question I was going to ask you, what on earth possessed you to live a life like this? Not on a day like this, it doesn't take a clever person to work out why you want to be here. Because, I mean, look at the valley, it looks incredible.
In the 4 years I've been here, days like this are rare. Right. For the most part, it'll be throwing it down with rain, or in the winter, snow for weeks and weeks on end, which can make life really difficult.
The kind of social aspect of your life, just going to the shops or meeting up with people, I mean, the sacrifices you have to make, do they outweigh the kind of positives of this kind of job that you love?
I think definitely. If you choose not to go off the farm, then you cannot see a person for days. But, I mean, living in a place like this is just phenomenal. I'd put up with a lot to live here, to be honest.
Shepherds have been working this land for kind of centuries. And do you get a sense of you're kind of part of that history and part of that tradition and you want to carry it on?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as well, not a lot's changed.
Really?
You know, 100, 200 years ago, they'd be going out with their dog and their stick and their whistle. And sheep, you know, suffer from the same diseases, the same ailments. They're virtually the same sheep. So it's, yeah, it's a really traditional job. It's probably one of the oldest jobs.
And who have we got here?
This is Roy.
This is
Roy. Come on, Roy. He's watching the job in hand. Good lad.
Hello, mate.
This is my right-hand man.
Yeah. So if I want Roy to go and get me some sheep or put the sheep in the pen, what's the first command? Is it come by?
Well, he means come by means go that way, or away means go that way.
Sorry, come by means go left.
Yeah.
All right.
It means, well, they work in circles, so it's like a clock. So if you imagine the C for come by, clockwise, and the way for away, anti-clockwise.
I love it.
Woo. And then I use the whistle as well. Go to his right, and then if you watch this is a good one. Go to his left.
I love it.
And that means walk on or run on.
You really can talk to the animals.
Yeah, you can.
So it's time for me to try my hand at this great Northumbrian tradition.
So 1 for stop, yeah?
Yeah, but really hard.
Stop! Stop, Roy. Stop, Roy.
It's not as easy as it looks.
I've got it the right way around then. Come back, come back. It's absolute chaos. It's absolute anarchy.
They're all over.
Stop, Roy, stop. Roy, stop. Oh, Roy's just having a break here.
I think I'll stick to the fishing.
Why doesn't he move, Emma?
I don't know. He's
right.
maybe having a bad day.
Sarcasm loves form of wind.
Come by.
I love it. Ah, look at that.
Emma might be very different to the old farmers who worked these hills in centuries past, but one thing hasn't changed. That special bond between the Northumbrian shepherd and their ever-reliable partner, the border collie.
That's so cool.